Hey guys, this is a different video than I normally would ever make. I usually always just live stream, but I want to start making other videos and it's going to be mostly like gaming related things, but I thought I really want to be an advocate for mental health and I want to start doing more charities for that and so I thought I would share a little bit of my last year. It was it was really hard for me, and I don't think anyone really saw it because I tried to hide everything as much as I could, except for some of my closer friends in the space. Yeah, so I thought I would make a video in case it helps anybody who is also struggling with depression, ADHD, anxiety, any of that kind of stuff. So yeah. If you didn't know, I am diagnosed with bipolar 1, which is basically the more chaotic of the two. The second one, you only get depressed, and bipolar 1, you can get mania and depression. So I last year I was basically one of the, if not the hardest years of my life. Sorry, I have like I wrote down everything I'm gonna say because I want to make sure I stay on track. But basically, physically, last year was like normal. I had the same job. I kept streaming. I thought about quitting streaming multiple times. Hi, buddy. I wasn't really sure if it was going to be for me anymore. Not because I had a change of heart or anything, but because of my depression, I did not really enjoy it anymore. And it would give me anxiety before I started the stream, which used to happen, but doesn't really happen anymore. I usually just get excited and I'm like, yeah, let's go. But yeah, I got really close to quitting, and part of it, not really why I decided to quit, but like, as I was streaming, I would notice, the numbers going down progressively every year, losing members, losing views, losing all that. And I don't really care about the numbers, but seeing that and knowing it was because of my depression, I was acting not the same. And like, I don't know if anyone noticed. I feel like my regulars didn't notice, but like, I knew I wasn't at the top tier performance that I usually do in my streams. I was definitely like, I don't know. I wasn't growing. I was definitely declining a bit, and I appreciate everybody like freaking so much for still watching my streams. I know I don't even know if like anyone would even be able to tell, but I could tell. So anyway, I also hated my job. If you don't know, I work part-time in like retail. Not glamorous, but normally I'm always like a positive person. I'm like, whatever, it's fine, right? But if I usually do like kind of behind the scenes work at work, but sometimes I had to work register, and it always gave me like really bad anxiety to have to like talk to customers, and that wasn't normally how I was. So I was kind of like, well, this is annoying. But yeah, I would get anxiety talking to them and interacting with my managers. I would also get anxiety. So now I'm like, okay, I was just getting anxiety about anything at work. And I was basically always stressed my entire shift of whether I would like have to work late. Cause a lot of times in my job, we have to like keep working until it's done. And then I always work before my stream, so I'm like, am I gonna be late to my stream? And like, because that's what I care about. I don't care about this job. If anyone's watching from my job, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I was very just anxious and stressed out the whole time about getting out early, like on time, and yada yada. Um, oh, I wrote down I was anxious at the start of streams, and they ended up fine, but it didn't feel great. They're just like, my mom would ask me like, "Oh, how was stream?" And it's like, "Well, it was fine," but like, I don't know, it was missing something for me. But it felt like something that I had to just keep doing. I had to like stay consistent so that everybody would stay for when I actually feel better and I'm ready to like be me. But I felt like taking a break. I did take a small breaks, but I felt like I couldn't take any more breaks. I had to like just be consistent, and eventually everything would be okay. And I think eventually, so like last winter was when I was starting to feel like depressed. And so I started to look for a psychiatrist because I haven't gotten a new one since moving here. Because, yeah, the whole moving and we moved in 2020. So, yeah, I didn't have a new psychiatrist. So I found one, and we basically tried everything that would help. If since I'm bipolar, you can't do like antidepressants necessarily because you might end up being manic. So yeah, so we tried different things, and I pretty much saw her like every month the whole year trying different meds. Some of the meds made me feel even more in my head and anxious, and like I started trying to think of like plans for college and like degrees to shoot for, and then eventually just getting overwhelmed. Not even eventually, I just get overwhelmed and like start crying. It was so embarrassing. I was like, I cried so much on one of the meds I took. So I'm like, okay, I'm just worse. So I went back and tried something else, and some of them just didn't really do anything. And I think one of them in particular, I had to like take it at dinner time with my dinner, but it couldn't be like 30 minutes after dinner. It had to be like, boom, right after you eat dinner, you have to take this med. And I was like, I can't do this for even a year. It was, it's a lot. If you have to take meds at dinner, like kudos to you, because I can't do it. But yeah, so we were kind of running out of options, and my psychiatrist is almost like, hey, I don't know, she was gonna refer me to like a new doctor that maybe had other options that like could think of, because she was basically running out of options. And then she was like, well, okay, we'll try this one thing. I don't I don't remember what it's called, but like we'll try this one thing that's basically for what it'll do for me is to help me remove negative thoughts basically, and keep you more positive and not thinking like the negative thoughts all the time. And basically I just had to take that like in the morning, and I think it would wear off by the end of the day, but I would only take it in the morning because I guess I wouldn't really have negative thoughts so much at night. But anyway, so we tried that, and because I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, we tried so many other things. It's like, okay, sure. And so I was taking it every morning, and I actually started to feel better within like a week. And within like 2 or 3 weeks, I was really starting to feel better. And within like a month, I legit was like, I don't even think I need to take this anymore. Like, I'm feeling good. And that was like around October, November. And so that was after a whole year of trying things basically. And I was finally starting to feel better. And then I started going to a therapist because she said that before you start to feel better a little bit, like going to a therapist is kind of like pointless because you're like so deep in depression that going to therapy isn't gonna like do anything, or it won't do as much as if you like are on meds that are working. So I started going to a therapist, and that's when I started to really start like just feeling better. at first I was kind of like, really, is this gonna work? Like, I don't know. I've been to a different therapist before, and it would work temporarily, and then I'd stop going, and then like later on I'd just feel like poop again. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to just but anyway, this one I actually have a really good relationship with, and things have been going good. She's basically just somebody to like kind of vent to, or like talk about my goals and plans to. And she said something, I wish I remember what it was, because for a little while we were going over ways, because I feel like I was stuck with my diagnosis and feeling like it's a big part of me, and like basically it ruined my life, which I feel like I need to make another video about that because it's a long story about just like everything just boom boom boom. And I just feel like since college and my jobs after college, struggling with my bipolar diagnosis and just like the manic episodes and the depression episodes, it kind of ruined my career, my relationships, pretty much everything. The only good thing that came out of being bipolar was this channel, because I started this channel when I was more manic. So I'm a very shy person. Grew up like just incredibly shy. And I think if I wasn't manic, then I never would have had the, what's the word? The personality, or just not caring basically about what people think of me being on the internet and whatever. Like, I just did not care. And that was only because I was a little bit manic when I started my channel. So now if I look back at those videos, I don't think my early ones are live anymore. But those really old videos, they're embarrassing. They're really bad, incredibly bad, but I didn't care at the time. So, so that's like literally the only thing that I think by being bipolar for, because it made me do things that I wouldn't normally do. One of those things, I've auditioned for American Idol. I've actually been on live TV, but my audition isn't on TV, which is good because I forgot all the lyrics and I absolutely just flunked the audition. Like, so there's like 3 rounds of auditions, and then you sing in front of the celebrity judges. So my audition in front of celebrity judges was incredibly embarrassing. Because I forgot everything. And I was like, oh my God. They're like, the best thing about you is your personality. And they're trying to be nice, but I was like, oh my God. But anyway, I feel like this year I've been more like, I'm not taking the meds anymore. I've been taking lithium for like ever. Not ever, but like it's what works the most for me for like my episodes. And so this year, since getting all that together and not being depressed anymore, I feel like I'm more motivated and like productive than like I've ever been. I've been cleaning, decluttering, and like working on my plan for my channel for this year. I want to like make more videos. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. I'm definitely like ready to change my channel and to make things just more what I want to do with my channel, and hopefully that'll help me grow and stuff like that. And but yeah, so essentially this wasn't my first experience with depression, but it was like my worst. I didn't go through like a lot of the stuff, but I went through a little bit. And I don't really want anyone to, I guess, feel the same way that I did or worse, and like feel like they hate themselves or like they're not good enough, because you're all good enough. I know a lot of people who watch my channel feel alone or down or just hard on yourselves. And I really want my channel to kind of bring you out of that, or at least help be a space where you're comfortable talking about these things. And I know psychiatrists and therapists are very expensive. They are, but I feel like it's worth it if you have the money or insurance or anything, because once you feel better, you are going to make more money than you would potentially when you're depressed. Because think about it, you'll be more productive and all that stuff. You'll feel better. If you feel better and you're happier, then you will make more money, whatever you're doing. I really believe that. And yeah, I really want to encourage anyone, even if you're young, to ask your parents or go to a psychiatrist or therapist or your doctor and ask for recommendation. If you're dealing with depression or ADHD or anxiety or any of those things, I truly think it'll change your life. I feel like it's stigmatized way too much. People think, oh, therapy is not going to be for me. Like, that's not, I don't know. Try it, I guess. If you don't like your therapist or your doctor, go to a new one. Try someone else. Yeah, I think it'll make a big difference. Cause yeah, overall, I think you're all worth it, and the money's worth it. And most important of all, you're worth it. And feel free to comment or let me know if you relate in any other way and want to tell your story. If you don't want to publicly tell it, you can DM me. My DMs are open about this stuff. And little apartment preview. I tried to clean up a little. There's like some chips over there. Anyway. But I hope to see you guys on this weekend. I stream every Friday through Monday at noon Eastern. So yeah, really loving Pal World right now. But we're gonna fit in some other games as well. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day wherever you are, and have a good one. Wait, I feel like Buddy needs to be a part of this. There's Buddy. Mwah. All right, guys, you have a good day. Bye, guys. Have a good one.